Okay, what is up, guys? This is Do You Want a Bit of Brownie here. I'm going to be doing She Is the Night, which is episode 7 of season 4 of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I think that's like the most flowingest I've ever did that. Awesome. Okay. So from the last episode, we got the Power Ponies, and that was a good episode. And since this title is She Is the Night, which is affiliated with some type of Batman thing, and we had a Batman type villain in Power Ponies, it's pretty cool how MLP is starting to like get into the more of references of like comic books, which I am a big comic book fan. Don't know which is my favorite generation, like DC, Marvel, and that's it. So let's get started in 3, 2, 1, now.
Any minute now. Yeah! It's officially Apple Bucking Day. Look at all those apples.
Oh!
And juicy.
What? No, wait. She said Apple Bucking Day, not Apple Bucking season. I was about to say, literally a year has passed now, but this is Apple Bucking Day. Hey, what's up?
What the heck is going on? They're back.
Bats! Look out!
My little pony.
So I see bats. So is this why it's called She's the Night? Okay. No. Okay, I was about to suggest maybe this is another villain. Because, but since we already had like another villain in the last episode, because this could be cool if there was like a bat woman who controls bats and ruins like the crops and stuff like that. It's a theory, so I need to watch the episode to understand.
Attention! This is a Sweet Apple Acres Code Red. I need all hooves and claws on deck.
That means you, Spike.
Calm down, Applejack. Calm down? How can I calm down at a time like this? Vampire fruit bats are attacking Sweet Apple Acres.
Vampire fruit bats?
Fruit bats usually stayed put in the West Orchard.
The fruit bats do. But these aren't just your everyday, ordinary fruit bats. They're vampire fruit bats.
I was expecting like
I'll be darned
the
if they think
difference.
they're gonna sink their fangs into my blue ribbon apple.
Oh God, the blue ribbon, not the blue ribbon apple.
This here's our entry.
Defies all logic.
The State Fair's produce competition. You know how much TLC goes into getting an apple to grow like this?
No,
Applejack, when you go big, you really go big.
I could
Them
say something,
vampire
but I
bats want to
refuse.
shrivel it up like a raisin.
Oh, I'm sure if we just let them know how special that particular apple is to you, they'll leave it alone.
Yeah, right. Be my guest.
Excuse me, Mr. Vampire Bat.
He.
We're just wondering if maybe you wouldn't mind leaving that really big apple alone?
I would think that's a no.
What'd he say?
Yes.
Huh?
But it could have been a no.
Oh.
This is the first vampire fruit bat I've ever met, and, well, it might take some time for me to really understand their language.
Makes sense.
And in the meantime, this pest and his vermin friends are gonna go after my prized apple. And while they're at it, every other apple in the orchard.
I was about to say, don't you care about any other apple?
But a bunch of monsters.
Because they seem to be ruining everything.
That's a bit harsh, don't you think?
No, I do not.
Ooh. Song?
Those vampire bats will give you a fright. Eating apples both day and night. They rest for a minute, maybe 3. Then they're eating every apple in your apple tree. They don't care about nada, not zilch, no nothing, except bringing about an orchard's destruction.
Now wait just a minute, there's another side to this. And if I did not defend them, then I would be remiss. These bats are mamas and papas too. They care for their young just like we ponies do.
Oh, give me a break, you're being too kind. These creatures have a one-track mind.
You said that to the element of kindness, by the way.
But do they ever think what others may want? No, they don't. And that is just a fact. These bats, they simply don't know how to act.
That's where I have to disagree. They're loyal to their family.
You see that, like, their point of view here.
You see one coming, you better run and hide. They're big and ugly and mean as sin. Will you look at the state my trees are in?
They help your trees. They'll grow stronger, faster.
They've turned my life to a total disaster. Well, I for one don't have
even
a
rarity.
These vermin must be stamped right out.
I second that. They've got to go. These bats, they've got to hit the road. It comes down to just one simple fact. They've crossed the line. It's time to fight them. Stop the bats. Stop the bats. Make them go and not come back. Stop the bats. Stop the bats. Make them go and not come back. Stop the bats. Stop the bats. Make them go and not come back. Yes, it comes down to just one simple fact. They've crossed the line. It's time that we attack.
I'm sorry, Fluttershy, but I believe Applejack has made the better argument. These vampire fruit bats sound downright dreadful.
So let's get to rounding them up so that they don't destroy the rest of my orchard.
Fruit bat roundup, fruit bat roundup. Excuse me.
But that was a good song.
What
That was a
if
great
instead of rounding
song.
them up, we let them have part of the orchard?
Have you lost your pest-loving mind?
They're only here because they're hungry. If we built a sanctuary for them, they could have their own apples to enjoy. After a while, they could even help the rest of your orchard. The
Well, it is
vampire
true.
bats don't eat the seeds of the apples, and when they spit them out, they grow into even more productive apple trees.
Yeah, have you ever played Minecraft? That's how it works. No, not Minecraft. Harvest Moon, that's how it
We
works.
spend building this so-called sanctuary is a second they'll spend destroying orchard. You don't know what it was like the last time there was an infestation. But Granny Smith has told me enough stories about it that just the thought of it gives me nightmares. Granny says we lost a huge section of orchard that
Oh,
year.
God.
They had to ration out apples all winter.
Like everything.
What about the cider? There was still cider, right?
Not a drop.
No cider?
Huh.
Cider?
Well, you definitely got her on your side.
These monsters, and we need to do it now!
If Granny Smith wasn't with Apple Bloom and Big Mac checking out our produce competition in Appaloosa, she'd be here telling us to do just that.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, Fluttershy, but I think Applejack is right. I just wish there was another way we could convince them not to eat them in the first place. Maybe there is.
Highly clever, convincing,
So,
with
there's
a
good news
productive
and bad
argument.
news. The good news is that I found a spell that can get the vampire fruit bats to stop wanting to suck the juice from the apples. But in order for the spell to work, I need the bats' full and complete attention.
Because everyone knows how well that worked last time.
I need you to
Right?
do your stare on the bats.
Me, put something in there to prove that it's wrong.
What's the problem? You've used
I don't care
the
what you do, just do
stare
it.
plenty of times before. Yes, but it's not something I take lightly. I've made a vow not to use it except in dire circumstances.
This circumstance is plenty dire to me.
Me too. Think of the cider. Won't some pony please think of the cider?
And the Oscar goes to.
Sorry, I just don't like the idea of taking away the thing that really makes the vampire fruit bats.
Makes sense.
Feels wrong.
But if we don't do this,
It's like taking
there
drawing
won't be
away
any
from an
apples
artist.
left for any pony here in Ponyville. Doesn't that feel wrong too?
They're lesser beings. We don't think for ourselves.
So what's it gonna be, Fluttershy? Will you do your stare on the bats or not?
Okay, I'll do it.
Talk about peer
choice.
pressure.
I knew you wouldn't side with those icky bats. They're not icky.
They're just bats.
On me.
Hold it right there. We gotta round up these beasts with wings first. Time's a-wasting.
I do like the vampire fruit bat's design. That's something. Talk about taking extra precaution. Now I can suggest that's terrifying for her. Everybody has taken the initiative, just grabbing them.
Good work, every pony. I think we got them all. Now all we need is for you to do your stare.
Are you sure I really need... Okay. I really, really, really hate to do this to you. I just hope you can forgive me.
They're just gonna start eating the trees or something, because they have to eat something.
Good. Now you go, Twilight.
All right.
Yeah, go for it.
You can
Did it
stop
work?
staring, Fluttershy.
Did
Okay.
it work? Only one way to find out for sure.
And cue eating the actual seeds with the apples. 3, 2.
Yeah! Whoa!
Or maybe it worked.
Yeehaw!
We'll be drinking cider all winter long.
I want to thank you for your help. I couldn't have done it without you.
Don't mention it, Applejack. It was my pleasure. Really.
Now all we gotta do is sweep up these cores so I can start bucking fresh tomorrow morning.
That was hilarious. That was literally so funny. I didn't know how to laugh at that situation. I never thought that was actually true.
Take 2.
Wow.
Yeehaw!
Spike is best troll.
Time to collect those juicy sweet apples.
Lying, but for this episode at least.
The spell didn't work.
You're darn tootin' the spell didn't work. I think we're gonna have to take more extreme measures.
I hear you, Applejack.
Let's kill
Every
them.
pony, let's track down those vampire bats.
Yeah, I didn't say what y'all gonna do, so I'm just gonna go with kill. I like that one.
Wait a minute. I don't think these bats are the ones that suck my apples dry.
But if the vampire bats aren't eating your apples,
Who is? Fluttershy, you're our animal expert. Do you know of any other creature that might be capable of this?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Well, there's only one way to find out. We'll have to catch whoever it is in the act.
And how do you propose we do that?
A stakeout.
Stakeout.
The witching hour.
You know, I never really ever had a steak at a stakeout. Because I was never invited to one.
This off. I'm not sure about the rest of you guys, but I'm really hungry.
Okay, nope, that's obvious what happened now. Okay. So, when Twilight got rid of, like, the impulse to eat apples
Okay, don't forget, darling.
from the
we're
bats,
all in this
it transferred over
together.
to Fluttershy.
That's right.
Cool.
No pony leaves this orchard until we solve this mystery. Agreed?
Agreed.
Wow, that was actually a pretty
Does every pony
dramatic
have their pony
voice.
signal?
Batman. Batman.
Now remember, Pinkie Pie, only use
A lot of
symbol if
Batman
you see
references
something
in this.
suspicious.
I got it. Something suspicious. What you doing?
Nothing.
All right, now every pony split up. We'll each patrol our own row of the orchard.
I can see that
Whoever,
Pinkie Pie,
whatever's destroying my apples,
weird hair
gotta be here
things.
somewhere.
Her hair does stuff now.
I have a bad feeling about this. A really bad feeling about this.
Whoa.
That apple, it looks so juicy and sweet.
Oh, this is going well. This is going really well. Suspicious.
Who's there? Oh, well, there's obviously no need to worry about that shadowy figure overhead.
Obviously.
Maybe there is. I think I'll just go see how Rainbow Dash is doing.
Oh, you worry too much, Rarity.
Who's there? Answer me, or you'll regret it.
It's a scarecrow.
Have it your own way. Take that, you scarecrow.
Pretty nice scarecrow. It would have been hilarious if the scarecrow is still like in a human picture.
Applejack, what is it?
So Fluttershy literally turns into like a vampire fruit bat. Now I know why she's the knight.
Fluttershy? Yahoo! Fluttershy!
Look at that. Look at that exterior. That don't give a buck attitude.
Flutterbat! We've got to get her down.
Very uncreative name, but why not? I don't like to call her Batmare.
Please come down and do stop being a vampire bat.
Obviously, that will work.
Fluttershy! It's me, Rainbow Dash! Why don't you cut the bat act and come on down?
The Bat Act.
Whoa! Maybe we should just let her come down when she's ready.
Yeah.
Flutterbat on the loose! Run,
Pinkie Pie, calm down. See? She's back on her branch.
She really likes that branch.
Time, waiting for the right moment to pounce.
Pinkie Pie, bats don't eat ponies. Not even vampire bats.
But she's a vampire.
Vampire ponies
Yeah.
eat other ponies.
Yeah, that's like what I was about to suggest. Whoa.
How did this happen? That's what I
Okay,
don't
that makes it official.
I think
Pinkie
this
Pie has
was
hair
our
powers.
fault.
Our fault?
And how'd you figure that?
Okay, so this is me, these are the bats, and this is Fluttershy doing her stare. The spell was supposed to go right onto the bats like this. But somehow the spell must have backfired. It took the vampire fruit bat's desire to be vampire fruit bats and transferred that desire into Fluttershy. Come on, we'll reverse the spell and make it right.
If Trixie can do like a flashback thing with her horn, I can suggest she can do that with that. Okay. Why not? Because again, you can't like take something away. It has to be it has to go to something. She's changing into
We lost her.
more.
Fluttershy, where are you?
It really shows it's a process that's happening. She's not trying to hurt anyone. She's
Look out!
literally just awesome.
If she keeps this up, your whole crop will be gone in no time.
That's the least of my worries. I just want my friend back.
We'll never get
That's
her back
friendship.
unless you corner her and catch her so I can reverse the spell. There she is.
She looks so amazing.
There she goes!
Oh, this is no use. I think the only way we're gonna catch her is if we find a way to lure her closer to us.
But even if we can lure her to us, how are we gonna get her to stay still long enough for you to do your reverse spell?
Oh, if only we had Fluttershy to do her stare on the Flutterbat.
That's it!
Okay.
Let's get our friend back. Action stations!
So much for having the winning apple in the Appaloosa State Fair, huh?
Oh man. Taking it.
She's coming.
Well, I guess they're not all vampires because she can see her reflection, but okay. Or maybe because the process didn't go all the way? I don't know. And did anybody else notice that her cutie mark changed during that transformation sequence?
Where am I?
Thank goodness you're okay.
But what happened to me? You turned into a vampire pony! I tried to eat ponies?
No.
Of course not! So I wasn't a vampire? Yes!
Yes,
I
you were,
was,
though.
Or yes, I wasn't. Yes, you were! But I didn't try to eat ponies? Yes! I did?
Oh my god!
I'm confused.
You should be.
Too. And I was there.
So where are they gonna eat? Now, oh wait. Oh, it must have came back to
I
him.
didn't take your
Okay.
suggestion in the first place.
And don't forget, now you'll get seeds that will grow into even bigger and better apple trees. Does that mean what I think it means?
Yep. More cider too.
Okay.
Okay, got the part about the spell, Fluttershy turning into a bat, building the sanctuary.
Be sure to put in there that I came to see that my short-term solution was a little short-sighted.
And that you shouldn't let any pony pressure you into doing something you don't think is right.
Okay, so this was about peer pressure.
Even your closest friends? No.
Now, how about
It's
we
a touchy
celebrate our
subject
stronger
in
than ever
some
friendship
manners, but
with a
again,
nice,
you don't always have to go to that manner of peer pressure to involve peer pressure in general.
To suck, it's juice!
Oh god, I can't. Stop it, brain. Cliffhanger! Okay. Alright, this was a good episode. And not only that, I don't sometimes I don't like to point things out like all the time, but since it's worthy of doing it now, Meriwether Williams did this episode. This episode was awesome. It's good to see that one of my favorite writers, when it comes to SpongeBob at least, is doing good in another series, because that last episode she did was not that good, but this episode was great. So that's just the fan thing out. Not on the episode itself, it has a lot of good things in it. Not just a cliffhanger at the end that Flutterbat may actually return either later on in the series or maybe later on this season. Either or. I can't wait. Now, peer pressure. It's always around. I don't have my only friends that I do have is my brony friends, and they never peer pressure me to do anything. I'm talking about the touchy subject kind of peer pressure, and they don't do anything stuff like that, and I don't like to really bring it up. That's why I'm mostly doing it in a vague term. But peer pressure is always around, and it's very hard to say no to a friend that you have been around with for a long time. But as for me, it's pretty easy to say no. Trust me, I've been in many situations that is not in the touchy subject, but I've been in many situations that involve peer pressure, and I always said no to them. So it's easier said than done. And tell you the truth, the song itself was great. I love the song. I love songs like that. It has the vibe. It has the same kind of vibe that the Candlelight Wedding song had, and that was This Day. When you had Changeling, you had Queen Chrysalis Cadence singing. You had the background music was all edgy and like in her tone of being evil manner. And then when you go to real Cadence, it has more of a soft tone melody feel. And in this song, in Applejack's point of view, she views the vampire bats as like evil, wicked, doing this so they can ruin her farm intentionally and not just like for their own benefit sort of deal. And it had like a nice vibe thing to it, and then it has more of a soft tone when you get to Fluttershy's part, and Fluttershy's part looks at him as they're doing it because they're trying to live. They're vampire fruit bats. You can't blame them for being vampire fruit bats. It's how they were made. But yeah, this is good. All this would have been avoided, however, if they realized, one, Fluttershy's being kind, because not only she's an element of kindness, she's also a very big animal fan, and she knows everything about animals. Two, she knows a lot of things about animals. Maybe you should listen to the friend that knows a lot about animals. It's kind of like in Powerpuff Girls. I'm not talking about like an episode in particular, but it's like saying, "Oh, Bubbles, stay out of the situation about animals because you don't know nothing when it comes to my standards with these animals." Bubbles talks to animals. Let Bubbles talk to animals. They'll everything will be fine. Let the animal specialist do her thing. But that's just that. Fluttershy turning into a vampire fruit bat was great. Makes sense of the title of She Is the Night. I love it. So this is one of my favorite episodes in the series. I can tell you that much right now. Just the comedy level, the fact that it can throw you for a loop, and I need to make sure I do like the cutting right, because I am gonna put, because as soon as soon as Twilight said, "Okay, I have an idea how to make sure the vampire fruit bats stop eating the apples," because you know that never took a turn for the worse in the series before. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But again, it's nice. It's nice to see these characters interact with each other like this, especially how it pretty much took a different turn of having that impulse to eat apples transfer over to Fluttershy. Now Fluttershy is like the big threat, and now you have to think of the matter in another way. Instead of viewing the vampire fruit bats as just a different species that's a lower kind to you, what if it was you? What if it was your friend? Would you still take the same course of action? It's like what if it's a zombie apocalypse? And it's easy to kill random zombies because you don't know these people. It's easy, okay, I can smash this zombie up in the head and it won't mean nothing to me. But then my best friend has been turned into a zombie. Will I immediately just smash his head in? It's kind of like that situation, and I like it. Sorry if you heard anything in the background. That was my grandfather. But this is good. It's great. It's a great lesson, moral, and everything about this episode was fine. Can't wait to get to the next episode, and the next episode is called A Generous Spirit. I think this is one of the episodes where y'all told me that the actual titles are in there, because A Generous Spirit sounds like an actual title. But I could be wrong. Either way. This is Do You Want a Bit of Brony? I'll see you guys next time. Bye.